Previously on Unranked.
Come for the Walkabout, stay for the Batman games or anything else that comes out, but then go back to Walkabout because they're going to keep coming out with courses. And I feel like Meta and all this should start pouring money into Walkabout. And like really, if they
Well, I
came out,
don't.
if
Yeah.
Walkabout came out with a Disney IP or
Oh,
like
yeah.
actually
It'd be
I'm
game
about to say
over.
Star Wars. Disney is Star Wars.
Yeah.
So if or Star Wars is Disney, I don't even know anymore. So if they came or a Ghibli course, a Disney course, Star Wars, anything that the IP is like Marvel. I mean, you have got like this would be insane.
Yeah.
Everyone, I really think that would be it. Game over.
Once meta money starts pouring in and
Yeah.
meta has a bad quarter.
Uh-huh. I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
I hear what you're saying.
don't
All
really
of a
want
sudden,
too
all of a sudden,
many-
it's a subscription service.
And when we talked, and exactly, and when we talked about it, with the guy, he was like, "Look, what we're doing right now is really successful, and we're able to put out these courses like quickly enough, and like we just charge you the $4 for a new course."
Yeah. No, you make a good point. I guess I'm.
Which you always, they fucking
Okay, here's what
ruined
I
it.
would say.
Can you
Here's what I
imagine
would- yeah,
if
no,
one
you're
day
right,
you said
you're right.
that about Walkabout Minigolf, how heartbroken you'd be?
Extremely. Yeah.
They ruined it. That
Not
was
yet,
no
they didn't,
harbinger
but
of yeah, no.
they could soon.
Episode 452. This is Christian Humes here with Alex, Tuna, Marinello.
Hello, la la la.
This is our like third or fourth episode in a row where it's just two of us, I think.
A lot of stuff's going down.
It's just been a harbinger of bad luck. We attempted to have Alex last minute, couldn't do it last night. And then
I mean, look, I'll
today,
own it. Last night, my wife was like, "Listen, it's Halloween. Like, I want to watch scary movies." What's hilarious, Christian, is that we were going to watch what's it called, Substance.
yeah.
We ended up not watching that. We ended up watching Hocus Pocus for the 10th time.
Oh, okay.
And then it got to be like it was later, and then we were like, "Okay, you want to start Substance?" And she was like, "No, it's like too late." I'm like, "Okay." So then we just went to bed.
There you go. That's too bad. I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, hopefully watch it tonight. Maybe we'll see.
I think it falls into like the menu down that lane of like what you would consider a horror movie. Like there are horrific things in it, but it's also like a very alternative, very indie film kind of feel to it. It's kind of high concept but small scale, like not a ton of different like locations or like it has a similar vibe to it. So I'm interested to see what you think.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I last night we watched. Oh, and Tom was clear original today for us to do during the daytime, and then work got crazy, so he had to bail. Which we were like, yeah, no, you got to work, you got to work. We're Alex and I are both doing this during our tea time. Normally we'd be playing VR right now. I am excited though for the boys to all be back in town because it's been too long. It's been too
long. There's been too many pushes of
There's
Porco.
also like backlogs on conversations because we were like, well, let's not talk about that because this person's not here. So we're just gonna catch up on any of that stuff today. We're also gonna catch up on tournament or whatever. We're just gonna say no more kicking the can. We're gonna be back next week. But my wife and I watched last night before we get to the Pokemon. So I just had a really just despicable thought. Before we get to the Pokemon, we watched Cabin in the Woods, which it turns out she had never seen.
Wow, love that movie.
So, and she kind of liked it, but I think so she wasn't fully paying attention. I put it on as a background movie because I'd asked her if she'd seen it before, and she had said yes. So I think she was thinking of some other movie that had a cabin. And we were doing Taylor Swift bracelets because we were going to a concert this weekend. So she was only half paying attention to the movie, and I realized that like a little bit of the ways this movie, like it was too late to turn back, but she had definitely not seen it, and she was like confused why stuff was happening. I'm like, oh no, you kind of have to pay attention for this movie. But the plot of that movie is like, what if all the like weird human sacrifices that cultures around the world have always done were actually to stop this like super evil Cthulhu like demon god from like coming and destroying Earth, right? Great concept. And it's like, oh, well, now in the future, there's this business that actually like operates to make sure that at least once a year or often enough, the sacrifices are happening. Great concept. Alex, what if I said to you, we need to sacrifice Walkabout Minigolf to stop Donald Trump next week?
Oh, to stop Trump? Oh yeah.
But that's it. It's ruined. It's gone forever. Like the servers don't work. You can't play it anymore.
Yeah, I would have to say yes.
Honestly, thank God. I was a little worried about you maybe being a little apprehensive about that.
Yeah, it's I mean
it could be like the end of that movie where you'd be like, you know what? If I have to live in a world without Walkabout Minigolf, then fuck the world.
You know what's really annoying? That it's like that's it's on me.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It's on you.
I'm the one who has to lose what I
You're
really
the one.
like, whereas everyone else gets.
Well, the system picked up your fear when Tom said that question to you last week, and the company targeted only you. Only you have what's left.
Only you
to stop
can prevent forest fires.
All right, we'll move on from that. We haven't really talked about the election. But you know, it's hard not to right now. Alex, want to hop into a Pokemon that we're going to talk about today? What do you think?
Drapion, or are we past that?
Oh man, I didn't even get to say who's the
I'm sorry.
452nd Pokemon.
Whoops.
You guys, I thought, did a great job with the Pokemon last week.
Apologies. Yeah, you thought we did all right?
Yeah, I think so. I personally like the Scorpion a little bit just out of a like uniqueness, because like the bugs are always like very, very hit or miss.
You're also a Scorpio. So are you not?
A Scorpio. I am, yes.
Okay. So you probably it's just like ingrained. It's just
that's true. That's true. I love Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. But also, who doesn't love Scorpion in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, that's weird. If you don't like
over
it,
here.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. It evolves from Skorupi at level 40.
It does.
Pretty
Poison
late.
Dark?
Pretty late evolution for a bug type Pokemon.
Yeah. Pretty late. I don't love
single
the
stage
design
evolution
of this Pokemon.
Okay, we'll get to that. Let's get to that right now, and then you can tell us about the etymology. So it's a large purple scorpion. It's more of a like pinkish purple, whereas the previous one was more of a violet, like bluer purple. Eyes are pointed shape, colored upper portion. Scorpion has two small pointed protrusions between its eyes, which I think not great on the design. One on the back of its head. Drapion also has protrusions on its jaws, so like where its mandibles are. Honestly, the big thing about this guy is he's actually got two claws on each hand, kind of like a crab. He's got like pincer hands, and he's got a pincer scorpion tail instead of like the single scorpion tail. I do think, and I'm gonna guess, and now I want to hear from you. Is it the segments? Is it the overabundance of the segments and their design?
It's just when you really look at it, the arms coming out of the head is just really odd. Like it's really odd and off-putting.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's got pigtails sometimes. Like it just doesn't. It looks really weird.
It does. You're right.
So I don't love it.
You're right. If you just slid those arms down,
I think if you slid the arms down, you'd have a better looking poke.
Yeah. That being said, if there was a scorpion that looked like that had like additional arm like limbs that came out of its head so it could try and grab you with its mouth and pull you, that'd be absolutely horrific. That's the stuff of nightmares.
Oh, big time.
You know what breaks it for me is the segments. It looks like those weird GorillaPod tripods where it's like the different balls and you can like just turn them and twist them and you can like bend it into any shape to like grab onto something. And it just that I think it makes it look like a cheap plastic toy. So that's my issue with it. So I actually like its pre-evolution better than its evolution. Tell us about
Okay.
its name.
So Drapion and Drapion may be a combination of dragon, drastic, Dracula, and scorpion. It's a lot.
That's a lot of options.
It's a lot of options. I don't know how I
Yeah.
feel about having that many options. But yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, everything about this Pokemon. I'm just going to read Pokedex now. Legends Arceus says has a brutish, ferocious temperament with immense strength and a sturdy shell off which swords will bounce. It rampages about and wreaks havoc.
Mm.
Everything about this Pokemon, other than the fact that it's
Mhm.
actually got pretty decent stats,
Mm.
and it's like this is a 135-pound scorpion. It's 4 feet tall. Like it's a fucking huge. This is
The
one of
big
those things
dog.
that, like, in the animation, like, or if you saw a 3D version of this thing, you'd be like, you don't want to fuck around with that. But otherwise, it's I think its pre-evolution is better. I think
Oh
its
yeah.
first stage is a better design.
I agree. I really don't like it, you know?
Then where do you want to start the bidding?
Mm,
I mean, it's got to be below Skorupi.
it does. It does. I agree with that 100%. Um, hold on, I have to go to the folder that is the iCloud.
I don't
Okay.
I
I would
don't
put
think
it
it's the worst.
no. I'd put it in like the Chingling
That
Gastrodon area.
Let me take a look at Gastrodon again.
All right.
You know what? I think Gastrodon might be cooler than this.
Let
And
me
it's a
just
pretty stupid Pokemon.
let me also just look at Gastro. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fine with me.
So above or below Ambipom would be the question.
Ambipom. You see, Ambipom is to me just as stupid
Yeah,
as
the
this.
tail hands.
Yeah. So I don't care. It could go before it, after it. I think it's like if there was a tie area,
I'm gonna I'm
two
gonna
could
say
just go at
this.
the same level.
Ambipom
Yeah.
is also a normal type Pokemon. So I would say this goes above it.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, I like the reasoning. I wasn't going to fight you anyway, but it's good reasoning. We'll take it.
All right. The new 61st Pokemon,
Mm, mm,
Drapion.
mm, mm.
What a list. 66 in,
Mm-hmm.
41 to go. It's wild stuff. All right,
It's
Tuna.
good. Talk to me.
Lots been going on.
Lots been
Got
going
to
on with
catch up
you.
on stuff. So here's some interesting stuff, Alex, that we forgot to talk about weeks ago and still hasn't come up. We've been playing some PicoPark.
Oh yeah, some PicoPark. We have been playing some PicoPark.
Yeah.
What's interesting about PicoPark is that Tom originally did not want to play with us because he thought it would get too frustrating. He was kind of right, but the good thing about playing with your buds and the good thing about playing with people that you know very well is that when they fuck up during a PicoPark session, which is basically just a simple platformer with um, really cool mechanics that get introduced per world, I guess I would say. Anyway, so when your partner or your friend fucks up, you can tell them like, what the fuck, do this, do X, blah blah blah. But then I will tell you, everyone, all the listeners, that we really hit our stride when we left Tom in the dust, and it was
Oh
just
yeah,
me and
that
you playing.
especially because, by the way, Tom was like high when we were playing, which was really annoying.
Wow, just divulge. Yeah, it was. But the other thing is that Chris and I have played through all of N Plus
Yeah.
together on co-op, which I've got memories
Oh
of
yeah.
that game,
Oh
of
yeah.
us like getting very
Screaming.
frustrated.
Screaming at each other. Oh yeah. I mean, at this point, Alex, we've probably played somewhere close to like 40 or 50 games co-op.
Oh yeah.
probably completed, which was
Mm,
why when we got to It Takes Two, we've
mm,
now hit a point where when we can play games co-op, we don't even have to like communicate too much because you just know that like, oh, if you get to a thing first, the other person knows to go do the other thing. Whereas
yeah.
when it's with Tom, it's like we have to be like, no, I'm gonna go do this, you go
Hmm.
do that. And
Hmm.
there's no like we can't be self-sufficient once you throw the third in.
Yep. Yeah. You and me, when we play self-sufficient, we basically
Yep.
know. And if
Yep.
someone takes one job, you immediately know you're taking the other job.
Yep.
So it's, and not a lot of communication needed unless someone doesn't understand or you think someone doesn't understand what's going on. You just clarify, quick clarification, and we're back in it. So that's how we roll. But Pico Park, great game, really
Great
great
game.
game. But again, these kind of games, like it just shows you how good a game can be, and it doesn't need to be the best graphics, the best
No,
like you
like
know.
that stuff should exist for some stuff
Of
for
course it
things
should.
that
Of
make
course it
sense, but
should.
it should be the outlier. It should be the
Yeah,
exception, not the rule.
yeah. You shouldn't not play a game because the graphics aren't
Yep.
um super hyper realistic.
Yep.
So,
I mean, that's the argument I have for the most recent Pokemon game. Like, yeah, is it like kind of ugly? Yes. But does it
mm,
literally do several of the things everyone's been asking for forever?
mm.
Also, yes. So like that company just isn't skilled enough to both make it look good and play well and do the
I
stuff
guess
like
maybe.
I mean, look, they should be capable of it because they
Well,
have
that's what I'm
all the like
saying.
they should be the exception. They're not.
Yes,
However,
yes,
we
yes.
finally got several of the gameplay changes people have been asking for forever, and they
Right.
are so much fun. The
Yeah.
downside to that is, I will say, it's not a visual thing for most people. It's the performance, and the performance
Mm,
being poor is like kind of shitty. Like the performance being poor, like really,
mm.
especially it's
Okay.
also like the worst at the beginning of the game. Like
Oh
it
boy.
gets better as it goes on, but the early areas have like a lot of detail and like stuff like that, and it really drags at the start. So it's like that's inexcusable. So hopefully it runs better on Switch too.
Hopefully. You mean just another Pokemon game, or this one
And
at
that
that?
one, I'm hoping current stuff can just by the additional like horsepower of the Switch, kind of like when
Mm,
you played Xbox One games on the new Xbox, they just perform. Hopefully that's the case.
got it.
Because the leak for the next Pokemon game says that it's actually being built for the next Switch, which I was a little bit surprised about because it should only be 2 years away. And
Mm.
typically it's like, which game do you want to build the Pokemon game for? The console that's going to have 30 million maybe in sales, or the console that has 150 million in sales? Like, typically that's how that worked in the past. You would get like a really late, like end of generation title with Pokemon.
Here's the question: do you think
Yeah.
are they gonna name it Switch 2?
Oh, I mean, we're gonna do a thing, and
Okay. I mean, I saw them. I saw the
I think
cues.
yes, I think yes,
Oh,
but yeah,
I think that's a bad idea. But we can go into it
yeah,
later.
we'll get into
We'll
it.
get
I
into
want to
it.
say something about Pico Park really quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Tom was very apprehensive to play this game. I had to
Mhm.
like, because first we played this game called
Oh my God, this stupid game.
All You Need
Yeah,
Is
what
Help.
was it?
Like
All you need is
friends
friends
or
or something. Friends,
yeah,
all you need
yeah,
is friends. Something like
and
that.
it's like a weird puzzle block game where you play as the puzzle blocks. It's clearly made for like children.
Hmm. Oh yeah,
But it was a
big time.
co-op game, so we put it on. It was so annoying and obnoxious to play that game. And I was like, "Can we please play Pico Park?" And Tom was like, "No, I hate this game because he's been playing with Brooke." And I'm telling Tom, I'm like, "Tom, you don't understand. This game is going to be so much more fun with us because we can just play the game and I can yell at you." I was like, "You
Hmm.
can't yell at me and Alex when we're fucking up. Like, I
Hmm.
mean, you can, but you can't do that with your fiance." Like,
Right.
and so he starts playing. He goes, "You're right. This is way better."
Yeah, it's way better. That's what I mean. When you're comfortable with
You
the
got to
people
have
you're
the right
playing with,
squad. Got
gotta
to
have
have
the
the
right
right
spot.
squad.
Yeah,
Got to have the
100%.
right squad.
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go over Lads West
Okay.
because I've been waiting to tell you about. So, all right. I've been telling these boys over text about how great
These
some
boys.
of the
One
stuff I
guy.
did at Lads West was.
Hmm.
And the main thing that I was telling them about was Popstroke. Now I heard
Mm,
about the mini golf place you went to. That sounds pretty dope. Too bad it is only 9 holes. Um,
hmm hmm
Popstroke
Yeah.
is they have like 14 locations now. They don't have any in California yet. I'm really hoping they add one. But if you're in like Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Florida, and a couple other places, you should check it out. See if you have
What's
one
it
near
called?
you.
Pop?
Popstroke.
EOP?
Yeah, there's none in New York,
All right. I'm just looking. I want to see.
or Jersey. I checked
All
because I was
right.
like, ooh, next time I visit
Oh,
home, I'll add a
yeah.
day and go to Popstroke.
Right. Okay.
uh,
So if you just Google, if you go on their website, popstroke.com, you get,
yeah, it
it
has all the
looks
locations.
like, yeah, it looks like you took a real golf course
Yeah,
and you scaled it down.
that's exactly what it is.
So yeah. Okay, cool.
The
I
putting,
like it.
so the holes feel more like real putting greens, like the actual
hmm
green that you're putting
They
on
do look nice.
was
They look
it
really
was
nice.
unbelievable. And the sand
Yeah.
traps are actually also like a fabric as well, but they
Okay.
were so thick and plush and stuff that when the ball
hmm
rolled into it and like you have to try and hit it out, like there was real like struggle with that. They also had little pits that the ball could roll into in the sand trap to make it even harder.
Okay.
It's pretty awesome. But
No,
yeah,
yeah,
it
I
is
would. All listeners, I
geometry.
would go on their website. You can see exactly what Chris is talking about. The greens actually look like real golf course, professional golf course greens.
Yes.
Whereas when you go to many, many golf courses, they are not kept as nice as
Yes.
these are. So I imagine your putts actually went very much in the direction that you actually
Exactly where
putted
you
them.
wanted them to go.
So
Yep.
that's
Yep.
great.
And really interesting ones too, because there's a lot of typically with mini golf, you're looking at a lot of straight, hard lines, and you're doing a lot of like 45 and 90-degree angle hits. And on
Mm,
this, it's all natural curves, and there were a lot of like curves that you were hitting your ball around to like,
okay,
so it felt very different in that way.
very
It's two
cool.
courses. They have the blue course and the black course. They have
Ooh,
one's easy, one's hard, both
hmm
41 stroke par.
Wow.
So the average, like most, like more than half of them are like two. There's like a couple fours and one or two threes, but they're mostly twos.
Okay.
And it has a max stroke of 6, like most mini golf places do.
hmm
Here's the fucking sickest thing about this place. Oh man, I
Okay.
left it upstairs. So when you go in, it's $35
Okay.
to play, but
Yeah.
that gets you the ball, which you get to keep.
You
So you get to
keep
keep
the
your ball
ball.
because when you hit it into the 18th hole, the ball doesn't go away. You just pick it back up
Pick it
because
back
you
up
can
and you.
stay the entire day. You can play
Wow.
it's a $35 pass for the day, which makes
Hmm,
more sense when you realize they have like a jungle gym area for kids.
hmm,
They have uh cornhole, they have
hmm.
ping pong. So they have like a big outdoor bar area. They also have
hmm
an outdoor bar in the middle of the putting greens so that you can order any drinks to where your hole and they come and deliver it to you. They had a full
Wow.
restaurant with really good food. And the
hmm
bar like was great because they had like cheap drinks on tap and they had like really nice cocktails and stuff you could get. Um,
Sounds great.
and then the best part, they had these giant jumbotron billboards outside, these big LED
Oh,
screens.
this is where you got the idea.
Half of the LED screen, they had like whatever the game, and it was a Saturday, so there wasn't NFL on, but they had like college football on one side.
hmm
Below that, they had like rotating like ads and other sports scores for games that weren't on. And then on the other side of the billboard was a rotating high score list of both greens.
How did they know?
So they have an app for you to use while you're
Oh, and you're
playing,
using the app.
and
Okay.
you use the app to keep your score as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
that like you like they have if you want to put it on pencil, you can, but it's a
All right.
lot easier to just have it on the app
Sure.
because it knows what the par in every hole is. You just type in the names of everybody, and then as you're going, you look up there and you're on the billboard and it's showing, the top 15 players as you're dude, it was sick.
That's pretty
Like
sweet.
we were going like back and forth with other
Yeah.
people, like playing against each
Very
other.
cool. Very cool. Look at this.
The first Lads West we do, I really think the idea that we're gonna have, unless they bring one of these to LA before
Mm-hmm.
then, unless they bring one to SoCal, I think I have you guys fly into Vegas. I'll drive there.
Mm-hmm.
and we go to Popstroke,
Pop
and then we
stroke.
drive back to LA. So we spend a
Okay.
day at the Popstroke. I think that's
All
what we'll do.
right.
And then you could just fly out of LA. I think we got to
That's
do
the
it.
ticket.
If they have one of these here, I would be starting like a mini golf club. Like for sure, I would be starting a mini golf club.
I
That
like
would be
it.
sick.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, the next day I went to the When We Were Young festival. Not a ton to say about it other than I would say it matched the best festival concert experience I've ever been to, which was the first Bamboozle. Uh, I
Mm,
was absolutely shocked that, and I think it's because we went on day two, so the crowd was a bit smaller, which was nice,
mm,
and a lot of people got to see because the bands all played the same sets both days, so a lot of people had seen like the band. So when one band ended, because there's five stages, Alex,
mm-hmm.
um, there are two main stages right next to each other. So when one of the two main stages ended, the other stage was ready to go in like within 5 minutes. So there was almost no downtime. And the three other stages that were separate and farther apart had a giant, they were like giant lazy Susans. And when one band
Giant
finished,
lazy. Yeah.
it would rotate and the other band was behind them ready to start. Like they would start up like 3 minutes after the last band ended, which was pretty nuts because typically there's a lot of downtime at these festivals, at least for someone that, I haven't seen anything like this in a while. That's what it's been like in the past. But that was awesome to see. But we were able to just go from like show to show to show to show, get up close. Everyone was like around our age, so no one was like being an asshole. Everyone was kind of like old and tired, so like no one was like moshing and knocking. Everyone was being nice.
Mosh.
People wanted like
Do
space
people still mosh?
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The youngins.
The young.
The youngins. I saw like one or two small pits. And like during the song, the guy was like, hey, if you guys want to have a pit, this is the song to do it. They were like, but don't forget, be courteous. Everybody's here and we're all old. And so
Mm-hmm.
like it's like the people that
Mm-hmm.
did mosh, everyone around them like kind of gave them space and like they didn't like weren't just like hitting into other people and shit. It was great.
Mm.
It was great.
That's
I
great.
didn't mosh. Matt went into the pit.
The
My back
pit.
can't handle that. No way in hell. You know, no
Oh
way.
boy. No way, huh?
And then I threw my back out last week. Um, at dodgeball, which was probably a result of a
Should you
lot of
be
different.
playing should you be playing dodgeball anymore?
Yeah,
Is
no, it
it
was
time
fine.
to is it
Yeah, it's
time to
fine. I
retire?
just I just reinflamed it. Like I didn't injure it or
Oh.
anything. And
Mm,
the doctor was like, I mean, look, in the past when I previously hurt my back, you remember how much longer I was like in pain and talking about like and like not being able to do anything. Two
mm.
days later, I was walking around without my cane, totally fine
Oh, all right.
because of like the weight loss
Mike,
and the PTs, like because of the
Mike,
exercise I do. Just
Mike,
you know,
Mike Kane.
no, but I mean, the
God.
doctor was basically like, you can still do sports and stuff. He was
Oh.
like, just you're probably gonna reinflame your back once or twice a year. He was like, that being said, he was like, even if you're not
Mm,
doing sports, you'll still probably have that happen once a year because you'll just bend over weird one day and
beautiful.
yeah. He was like, that's just what's gonna happen. I'm like, okay, well, as long as I can, like, they can give me a steroid injection or give me like muscle relax, whatever. It's like I know within 48 hours I'll be all right. So yeah, there was that, and then it had John Murphy's wedding.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was great. It was great. It was at this really like interesting. So it's technically a mansion, but it's a mansion from like the 70s, so it's not like huge. It's like a historic location now in LA.
Okay. Okay.
Um, at the time, it was considered a mansion, but now it is just like a really big house that's turned into a wedding venue. But yeah,
Mm,
that was it was very nice. It's a good time. Hung out with everybody.
mm,
I couldn't drink
okay.
because I was on steroids, you know. So I had mocktails. They had some good mocktails.
Oh, I'm glad you had some mocktails. That's
Yeah.
good. Little
First
Shirley
time I ever had a
Temps.
mocktail. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty
All
good.
right.
It was like a fake sour, so it was just like a very sour drink, like
I would drink that.
I no, it
That
was
sounds
honestly it was very
delicious.
good. I had a couple
Yeah,
of
that sounds delicious. I'd love that.
so yeah, so there's that. And then I guess I'll just finish my last thing. This weekend, we're going to Taylor Swift,
Oh, very
going to
exciting.
Indianapolis, flying out
Hmm.
tomorrow. Show's on Sunday. We're going Saturday because we don't want to risk plane delays and stuff, flying
Right.
Sunday.
Of course.
Um, so last night we were making, you got to make the friendship bracelets for Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
because
I mean, I
everybody's going
wouldn't
to
know.
trade them. You got to wear them.
I didn't get to go
That's
as
such
we know.
bullshit. And wait, and your wife didn't even bring you back a friendship bracelet?
No. Didn't this happen over a year ago now? I think
It
so.
did, yeah. It was about a
Yeah,
year, I
she's been
think.
doing this tour for like fucking ever.
Yeah, two
This tour has
years.
been going on for fucking
This is the
ever.
last US show. There's a rumor people think she's going
I
to
was going to
add
say,
one more
so she
day.
says. Yeah.
Well, people think she's going to add a date or two in LA so
Hmm.
that she can film the Tortured Poet songs that she's added to the
Right.
tour and then add
Right.
those to the Eras Tour doc.
Right. Of course.
We'll see. The Swifties have been basically wrong about all of their rumors for the last 3 months as they've been trying to predict when Reputation will come out. They
Ugh.
make these crazy long TikTok videos that are like, QAnon level conspiracy videos where people have like charts and images and they're referring to like what those numbers and things like it's really gotten out of control.
Well, what's funny, I was telling, I don't know if I don't know if I texted you this,
Yeah.
but I did my civic duty and I voted early today.
Oh, very
And
nice.
one of the on the back side of the ballot was like, should New York State make it unconstitutional to discriminate against like gender, all that good stuff? And I'm like, of course. And then I was like, I wish there was a second like referendum that was like, should we abolish social media? I would be I couldn't scratch yes hard enough
I
on
mean,
that fucking shit.
can I say to you the thing I've been saying for a long time about this?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Social media is not the problem.
Ooh,
The algorithm is the problem. We need to abolish the algorithm
the algo.
because all of these companies get away with
Yeah.
forwarding all of this like awful stuff that like gets a ton of engagement by
Hmm.
saying like, well, it's all automated. It's an algorithm.
Hmm.
And so I think all social media websites should legally be required to have a non-algorithmic chronological timeline as default. If they want to have their own algorithm that people can look at, they can, but everything should
No,
be
see, I
forced
don't
to
want
have a
that.
non-algorithmic like form of social media because that's what Twitter was originally. You were
I think
only
we should
seeing
go back
tweets
to
from
that.
people you looked up and you wanted to follow. And
Yeah. Yeah. I don't I think we just get rid of the algo.
I think, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, get
I mean,
rid of the algorithm,
I would like to get rid of it all, but if
regulate
we're
the
gonna make a
algorithm, get
compromise,
rid
if
of
we're gonna
it.
make a compromise, get rid of the alg.
Yep. Yep. And
All
if they're
right.
going to have one, you shouldn't even be able to view it until you're over 18.
I
And I
like
don't
that
even
too.
think kids should be allowed on social media until
Oh,
they're
I
like
I
16.
think, yeah, no, I agree. No social media for children.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. So check out, here's the bracelets I made. Got them
Okay.
on.
Yep.
So I made first, this is I made an
Jesus.
Apple Watch band.
Oh, okay. Very
Isn't that pretty
cool.
cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
It's
that's
got
nice.
all of my favorite albums on it. So I did a 1989, a
This
Reputation,
is wow.
Lover, Midnights, and then
Yep.
I did one that says Eras Tour Indie.
Nice.
So I've got, which is pretty
Okay.
fun. Because I was like, oh well, I'm gonna wear my watch, but that's gonna
Yeah.
take up bracelet real estate. And then I was like, can you buy like a thing? And you can just buy the little like clasp things, and you can make your
Hmm.
own Apple Watch bands. It turns out. Um,
Beautiful.
and then I made this is maybe my favorite one. I think you'll like this.
Okay.
The green Sega tribe colors for Charlie. So I got a Sega tribe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make another one of those because tonight we made the
Oh
ones that we
God.
wanted last night and the other day, and tonight we're
Uh-huh.
gonna make a bunch for like trading and giving away.
Sure.
But I wanted these, and I put you need to calm down just because.
Hmm.
And
We
then
all
this one
should.
I thought was just funny to do. I made like a Joker-esque sort of like fake emo Taylor Swift bracelet because you know that new album where it says like you wouldn't last an hour in the asylum that you raised me. Like I love that line.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Great
Yeah.
meme too.
Hmm.
So this one is the asylum, but it's like upside down and backwards, and it's like all the different fonts, kind of like it's like a ransom note. So I thought that would be funny. I was like, I want to do one stupid funny one. Um, I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping I want to make a second Sega one, hoping I can find a Survivor Swifty out there.
Enthusiast.
Yeah, because that would be a
Yeah,
sick one to trade, I
it
think.
would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
It would be pretty cool. Good
The
story to
ones
tell.
Teresa's made make mine look like a 5-year-old made them.
Oh, really?
They're like twisting around. They have like patterns. They're like 2 beats, 3 beats, 1 beat, two. I'm like, I don't even understand how you've done this. Like I went and I looked at mine and I looked at hers.
Mm,
This sucks.
amazing.
I am so proud of
Uh,
mine until I looked at what she was doing. And I was like, oh man,
mm-hmm.
Scooty
Mm-hmm.
Puff Jr. over here. All right. Well, that's it. You're
Scooty
caught up
Puff
on
Jr.
where I've been. Oh, I gotta tell you about a game. I played a game that Tom forgot to tell you about too.
Came for those seek to find a way to leave the world behind.
Tom and I played.
Oh, this is such bullshit. I don't know if I want to hear about this because I'm like upset that I don't get to play this.
What's it called?
I don't know. I am excited though that the makers of The Room, who did
Yes.
The Room 1, 2, 3 on the phone and then made a VR game, are making
Yes.
another game for
And
VR.
it's VR. And
And
it's
that
PSVR too.
yeah, well they made one a couple like there was one out in 2019 that was really good. I liked it a lot, the VR game that they put out.
Yeah. I'm
Um
very excited about that. We're also getting Hitman VR this winter, which I think we should both play. I think that will be very fun.
yeah, again, come for the Walkabout Mini Golf, stray for other
Yeah.
VR games, and then you just come back to Walkabout Mini Golf because there's nothing better than being in VR
Yeah.
and playing mini golf.
In
It's
fact, you need to download Puzzling Places VR.
puzzling. Let me write that
I
down.
already did it once. I told you it was great, but Puzzling Places is one of my favorite PlayStation VR games. It's also on Quest 3. It's a 3D puzzle. Remember like those old 3D puzzles that you could buy? Um, like a 3D jigsaw puzzle. They were like
Oh
all
yeah.
the rage in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Hmm.
They collaborated. They have a Walkabout Mini Golf DLC. So they have the Cherry Blossom course. You're going to build a
Oh,
3D version of the Cherry Blossom course.
okay.
It's really good, dude. It
We
is
need
so
more.
fun.
We need more Walkabout Mini Golf
Yeah.
collabs.
Yeah. I agree. Honestly, if they put out more of those courses in that game, I would buy all of them. It is
Hmm.
also what you all enjoy about this game is it uses the eye tracking, and the
Hmm.
way you play it, you're like sitting sort of with like a big screen in front of you and it has all the pieces separated. It feels like the Minority Report. You're just grabbing and stuff. And with the eye tracking, you can like just look at the piece you want and pull it. And it's sick. It's so good.
That was pretty good to me. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I played Escape Simulator. Escape Simulator is a game. It's a first-person game. It's been out on Steam for a long time. They have tons of DLC available for this game because they have a thing where people can actually make their own escape rooms. And then recently they launched Escape Simulator VR for Steam, and now they just put out the Quest standalone version. They said they would look at possibly doing other platforms after Quest was done, depending on sales and stuff. So, like, who knows how long that's going to be if they do it? Because it took them 8 months to put out the Quest version. The Steam one's been out for almost a year. But maybe it'll come. But Tom and I played. We did 2 rooms. I just think like
Ridiculous.
PicoPark, man. If I was doing that with you, we would have been much more successful.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I know. It's just I can't
They're also
justify
like,
buying another VR headset when I already have one.
I know.
The only
I
way I'm
know.
going to get that done is if I'm like, listen, Brett, like, play some Walkabout Mini Golf with me.
Yeah.
It's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
You know what though? I think in a year, right? Quest 4 is going to come out in a year.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to find a Quest 3 or a Quest 3S for
Yes.
like $200 after the
Yes.
Quest 4 comes out.
Yes.
So in a year, you could be like, all right, well, I'll get a cheap Quest 3 so I can play the handful of games I'm unable to play on
Exactly.
PlayStation. But it was amazing. It's a really cool game. I'm not gonna lie. It's
Super gel.
pretty
Super
sick.
gel.
If you have a Quest, highly
Super
recommend you
jealous.
play that.
Super jealous.
I didn't start the Alan Wake DLC. I really want to. What are you playing? Because I heard you finished Zelda.
Finished Zelda, really liked it. Um, right now I am in limbo. Just been too busy to really play
Oh, I thought you were
anything.
actually playing Limbo. I was like, whoa.
No, that was a good game though. I really like that
Yeah.
game actually. No, I don't. I'm trying to decide whether you know what, I'll probably start Alan Wake is probably what's going to happen. Because I've got
Unless you want to do Astrobot with me.
then if you're going to start Astro, I'll start Astro.
I was gonna start Astro because the speed run courses are coming out, and I think it'd be fun to do them as they're still coming out.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do Astrobot.
All right, cool.
I've written that down.
And then while you're doing after Astrobot, while you're doing Alan Wake, I'll do Zelda. So I
Okay,
still have to do Zelda.
very good.
Great.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, moving on.
All right. So what else
Or do
going
you have
on?
more stuff? What else is going on? Well,
You've
we
been
talked about
busy.
Walkabout
What'd
mini
you do?
golf.
What'd you do at Halloween with the kids? What'd you do?
Kids,
Kid,
plural.
well, who knows?
No, she wanted to dress up as a pumpkin and go trick or treating.
Pumpkin.
But then within like 4 or 5 houses, she was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I want to go home." So we were like, "All right, we'll just go back home." And she liked answering the door for kids and giving them candy, so that got her excited.
Yeah.
No, I had like a work thing that I had to go in to the city for. What else am I doing? That's it. I got nothing. Not really doing. Not.
Wow.
I don't have a lot to report. Yeah, I
Not a
know.
lot to report.
No,
Yeah. Got to
sorry.
get on those games. Got to get on those games.
Got to get on. Well, now I'm going to get on the Astrobot.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah. I'm sorry. I just not
Don't
even,
do
not
anything.
even, no shows either. No shows.
You
Not
just
even on
been
the
it's
show
just been
train.
work.
Yeah. What? Well, actually, what did we watch something? No, we still didn't finish Only Murders in the Building, but I
Oh,
really want to. Didn't finish that. I guess I have to start Agatha now because you guys are like Agatha uh, fiends. So I got to
it's
watch
great.
that
It's
show.
great. I haven't seen the finale for Agatha, but
I mean, the way
it's
Tom's
great.
texting us, you would think this was one of the best shows of all time.
Well, I got thrown off because so the episode he's talking about was like really, really good. It was
Okay.
great. I thought it was an amazing episode.
Okay.
But then I thought there was the next episode was out, right? So we watched it and I thought that was the end because it also kind of felt like a finale. Episode 8 was like amazing. I thought it was the finale. And then it said next episode. I was like, what? Turns out they put out episode 8 and 9 last night so that it would finish on Halloween. I didn't
I see.
realize that. So we didn't watch the actual finale yet. Tom
Okay.
hasn't either. But I think that tells you like something special about a show when like two of the best episodes aren't even the finale. Like
Hmm. Yeah.
that's
No, so I got to watch that show. Silo. Did you watch Silo? Silo's coming back.
no, I'm gonna watch it
Oh,
at some point. I got
oh.
so at one point I was scrolling through TikTok and I was just
Hmm.
like, you ever see like just random movie clips come up?
Hmm.
It was Silo. I didn't know what it was. And it
Oh
was the end
no.
of Silo. So I know
Oh
how it
no.
ends. And so I've just been like, Teresa's like, oh, do you want to start that now? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh no. Another reason we get rid of social media. Um, yeah. We watched the Zodiac documentary on
Okay.
Netflix.
Okay.
That was very convincing to me on who it is.
Yeah.
So it was
That
good.
guy's
I
grandpa
liked
or
it.
whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. There's some guy that was talking about it. I think he was like
Oh,
part of it.
it's definitely this guy. I'm convinced. I don't think we need
Okay.
to investigate anymore. It's definitely
He's
this
dead now,
fucker.
right?
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. I think we're good. So I think it's definitely him. That's really it. That's really all I got, really. I mean, Survivor was fucking incredible,
Oh my God.
but
Can we talk about it during the post show?
sure.
Okay.
I mean, I
All
kind of
right.
enjoy our post shows when we try to guess geolocate.
Oh, I mean we can do that stuff. It's just a matter of
All right, we'll do that and talk about Survivor at the
they
same
got
time.
to add
Let's go.
more games to that thing, man.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it is always Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like that's our tradition now. It's just me and you.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it's a good game.
yes,
It's
it
a good
is.
game. All right. Well, then, that's gaming. That's non-game. Oh, okay. I saw a bunch of movies. I saw The Substance.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you before the show. It's got a similar vibe to The Menu. It definitely feels a little bit like an art house movie in some ways. It's got
Uh-huh.
that indie film vibe. It's both a small scale but high concept film. Um,
Uh-huh.
so in a way, like totally not a horror movie, but it also totally is. It's just more psychological, I think, in many ways. Um,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
it was
I like it.
wild. It was wild. There is it's also grotesque. I would say there are points in it that are as grotesque almost as Terrifier.
Did you hear my story about that?
No.
The fact that so you were talking about it and we were like, "Oh, let's watch it." So we turn it on and about 30 minutes in,
Yeah.
I said to Brittany, I go, "I think we've seen this." And I was like, "If such and such happens to this character,
Yeah.
it did." And we were like, "Holy shit. Like we've seen
You've
this."
seen the first one?
We saw the first one already and then we
Okay.
watched the second one and
Whoa.
we liked we liked the first one better, but the
Oh,
second
okay.
one was good. It was good. We just
It's just
liked the first one better as more of like because the first one felt a little bit more like indie, like it
sure.
was
I mean, it
like
was
if
$30,000 that budget.
yeah. So that to me was like
Yeah.
if you could, and I liked it like that. But anyway, so
The
that's all.
the I think you'll like the third one more then. Because the third one feels a little bit like the story, I think is the best of the three too. And it's a little bit smaller scale than the second one. It's shorter
Hmm.
too. But
Hmm.
man, that second one has some brutal shit. Oh, well that's amazing. I'm glad you finally watched it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
wild movie.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
the third one is
The other thing, this has
nasty.
happened to us so many times. We were- Brittany's students told her about a movie called *Malignant*,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, let's go watch that." So we go on HBO to go watch it, and it says "Watch again," and we were like, "Wait, watch again?" You know? So then
That's
we're like,
incredible.
"Maybe not." So then we play it, and within 10 minutes, we're like, "Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yep,
Yeah, this
yeah,
guy's face is good. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah."
hilarious. Um, what was the other movie? Oh, I saw Smile too.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's a bad movie, but I don't think it lived up at all to the first one. I think they tried to I think they definitely like got the criticism from people of
Mm,
like, oh, you're just doing the ring. And quite
mm,
frankly, I think they did the wrong pivot. And instead
mm,
of just leaning into that better and continuing to follow like a good formula, they
mm.
tried to do something different. And I just uh that movie just felt like it dragged on.
Oof.
Um,
Yeah.
but my friends we saw it with really enjoyed it, and Truce was like, I kind of liked it. And I didn't dislike it, but the more I have
Hmm.
to stop thinking about it, 'cause the more I think about it, the less I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
which is a bummer because I thought the first one was great. I thought the first one was really good. So, let's see if there's any news to talk about, Dana.
Hit me.
Oh wow. PlayStation 5 Pro is launching next week. That's something when Grand Theft Auto comes out, if it has notably like improved performance, or if it even has like one of those like 40 frames per second, like a locked frame rate,
Mm,
I would totally buy that console just for a good GTA experience. But
mm,
until that happens, uh I'm not interested in it. And I'll,
okay.
sell my current one for it. I'm not gonna have two of them. But
Hmm.
it does apparently improve VR games, which is cool. So
Oh,
that's nice.
okay.
So there is that. But I
Oh,
don't think
nice.
Walkabout Minigolf is really going to be any different on it, which
No,
is,
no.
to be clear, the thing. Um, I left it upstairs. I don't feel like going to get it. I got the Alarmo.
Oh yeah, the Alarmo. Is it
Got
waking
the
you up
Alarmo.
to beautiful sounds of Mario
I use it on
Odyssey?
the weekend.
No, you don't. Do you
I
really?
did. Yeah, it was
Okay.
great. It's great.
All right.
It's
It was
great.
great.
It's silly. It turns out our phones kind of do a similar thing I didn't realize to the Alarmo, which is like when your phone alarm is going off, if you pick it up and it looks at you, it will actually lower the sound so that the alarm isn't like blasting in your face. And the Alarmo
Oh,
is doing a similar thing that like once it tracks you moving, it'll change its course. And then when you get up, it'll be like, okay, like you're up, you're awake. Like we'll play the final music. So like, it's kind of funny. I just found that out. Um,
crazy. Okay. Good to know.
Honestly, I think it's like a really fun little gadget. I think it like actually
All right.
looks cool.
Look, if
Like
you
it
like it, if you
looks,
think it looks cool and you like it, then we'll leave it
yeah,
there.
it's like a fun little Nintendo collectible. I like when they do weird little things like that, you know? I think that is kind of fun.
Beautiful.
Um seeing if there's any other major news.
Major news. Tom will have some news for us next week, I think.
Yeah, I think Tom will definitely have some news for us next week.
Mm-hmm.
Blah 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 blah. Nah, nah,
Nothing.
nah.
All
Oh, you
right.
know what? Pokemon trading card game mobile is out.
Oh,
You should download it.
all right.
It's kind of fun. You get
Mobile.
you get like little packs of cards and you swipe to like slice open little foil packs and you collect the cards. Then once you have built up enough cards to build your deck, you can like battle. So you,
Mm-hmm.
Tom, and I could battle. You can also get like wonder trade cards and stuff like that. You
Mm-hmm.
can do it for free, and there's just like you get only a couple packs a day, or you can pay and get like a bunch more packs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just slowly accumulate packs. I turn on my notifications, so it just
Okay.
tells me when I can open a new pack so that I don't forget about it. And that's like
Okay.
easy. My phone would be like, hey, you can open a card back. I'd be like, don't mind if I do.
Yeah. No, sounds good to me. Like it.
Put it away.
Yeah.
Um, I got a Mewtwo. I've got
Ooh.
a Venusaur.
Ooh.
Uh, and I got a Lapras. I think those are my three best like foils that I've gotten.
Okay.
So pretty cool.
I like it. Yeah, that sounds
Pretty
good.
cool. All right. Um, Can you do me a favor, Alex? Can you message Tom, be like, check in on that clip of his?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna do a new challenge.
Yeah.
You're gonna give us the next challenge because we've kicked the can too far.
Yeah.
And we need Tom to send his so we can close the old one.
Yeah, we need it. We need it done.
What do you think he's doing for his presentation? Or do you know?
Well, I know what it's about, but I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Okay.
So if he's doing, I don't know.
We gotta start giving him like real hard parameters on what these presentations are. Although it was impressive that he tried to do a song. It was unfortunate it was hard for the audio to come through cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to speculate because me speculating might give away what the presentation's about, which
Okay.
you don't know
All
what it's
right.
about, right?
No, I don't.
Right. Okay. So
That's pretty funny.
you want to do mail before? No?
Yeah, yeah. We'll do mail and then we'll do that other thing that I wanted to do. And
Oh, we could do
hopefully
the other
Tom
thing.
sends
You
us,
want to
and
do the
then
other thing?
hopefully Tom will have sent us a clip by them. Because otherwise, what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna DQ Tom here,
Yeah.
or
Yes. We
or
will be
let's let's just play it under the assumption that he lost, and then I'll add in his footage later when he
Mhm.
says, "All right, let's do some listener mail." Psych Mike's got a good question for us here, Alex.
Okay.
He went to the Unranked Discord in the show notes and he went down to questions for a pod and he left us a question. What's the worst video game a parent could walk in on you playing? Will said,
G
I'm curious to hear what the pod says, but his vote is for Catherine Full Body. Psych Mike voted for Kingdom Hearts, which I don't totally get that one. Alex, what is your answer? I
I
bet
mean, I
it's
was gonna
similar to
say
mine.
GTA when you're having sex with the prostitute.
Yeah, that's up
The
there.
lap dance, the
Or
old
like
lap dance.
running over prostitutes or
Well, the other, I mean, I remember even in Vice City, you could actually get like a faux lap dance, couldn't you?
oh
Or was it San Andreas you
yes.
could?
I think
Because
probably in all the
GTA,
games since then.
because GTA 3, it was just the bouncing car, right?
Yes.
As you drove
Yes.
off and, you
Unless
know,
you had that hot coffee. Remember the
what do you
hot
mean?
coffee like mod or whatever it was?
No, what was
There was
that?
like a thing. It was the hot coffee thing, and like it actually had yeah. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, it was a mod for San Andreas that allowed players to access. It was a cut mini game where where Carl could actually have sex with the people.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was wild. Um, I mean, my answer, Alex, is Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom when you're going to the fairy fountain.
Oh yeah.
Dude, dude, her Chapel
Mhm.
Roan looking ass going, oh, like, and you're just
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a good
Teresa's
point.
walked in while playing and she goes, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, what is this? That stuff's weird, man. Those fairies are weird. Like they definitely know what they're doing when they did that. And it's been in every game since it's even in Ocarina of Time they were doing that shit, dude.
Hmm.
I don't know what's up with that. It's weird. No one wants that.
Hmm. I like it though.
Yeah. Imagine Brits walking by the basement. You got the
No,
great fairy fountain guy.
yeah,
Just like hit mute on the TV. You're
yeah,
like, shh.
shh, exactly.
That's got to be the worst. GTA is probably equally as bad.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there was anything else. Not really. Like when we were kids, maybe like I remember like we had to hide from your mom when we were playing Perfect Dark
Mm.
for some reason. Like
Yeah,
you were
with
allowed to have
gore.
GTA and other stuff, but you had
Well, my mom didn't. I don't think my mom really understood what
yeah,
GTA was all about. Because I think if
yeah.
she did, she would never have let me got it.
She was like, "Oh, you steal cars? That's fine."
Hmm. Hmm. There's no way she understood what the fuck that was all about.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So,
All right. So I have a thing I wanted to do. This I was inspired by your little combo with Tom last week, where he was
mm,
like, "What do you think? Like, when is the next Smash game going to be? Like, what is? Jesus, I'm talking like Tom over here. What is Sakurai's next game?" And then you said Smash, which I fully agree. And he was like, "When
hmm,
does it come out?" And you said
hmm.
it'll be announced within a year or after a year, like of the first console. By the way, I pretty much fully agree with you on that.
Mm.
I think it might not be like if it comes out in the spring, maybe it won't be announced the next spring. Maybe it'll be like during their summertime announcements or something. But like under 2 years, it'll be announced, and I think it'll be out in under 3 years. I expect it in the second year because Smash Ultimate was year two, I think, right? I think that was like 2018.
2017, I think. No, but 2018. You're right. It came out December 2018.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with December 7th. Am I correct?
it was. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Look at that.
Yeah, Google there. Or...
No, 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 no
No,
googs,
no,
no
no. Okay.
googs. That was
All
too.
right.
That would have been too quick.
So off the old noggin. All right, so we're gonna make some
Yeah.
predictions because who knows when Nintendo's actually gonna announce stuff. The game journalists keep getting it wrong. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, it's this month, it's next week, it's this week, it's tomorrow," and
Right.
it's fucking
Hmm.
Alarmo or it's
No, it's
TCG
ridiculous.
announcements or it's other thing. It's
Right.
never actually the thing they're saying, but it is coming because Nintendo did say they were going to announce it before the end of the fiscal year, but that's in March. Like it might not be this year when it's announced. It might be in
Hmm.
March. So,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
I want to do some predictions. We're going to lock in these predictions.
Let's hit it.
All right. Uh, I'm just looking for, I guess I'll just look at it in the text. All right. So here are the predictions I want to do.
Okay.
What is, all right, the name? Let's start with the name because you teased this earlier.
Yeah.
You
I
I
think
think
it's
it's going to be
a
called
mistake.
Switch 2.
I think it's a mistake to do Switch 2
Why?
because because the way that the Wii and the Wii U, right? And when the Wii U was named, I was under the impression that people didn't buy it because they thought it was just like the Wii again. They were like, well, I already have a Wii.
Well, no, people thought it was an accessory for the Wii because it was a tablet. They would see the picture of the tablet
Hmm.
and it said Wii U, and
I
they
don't know,
thought this
man.
device
I think
is.
Switch 2 is like, you think
But
people are gonna go
two means
the
something
two?
very different, doesn't it?
Okay. I just don't know if you want to put the same name. I don't
Because
think
that's
they've
like
ever
iPhone 4,
they
iPhone
only did that
5.
they only did that once before. Actually, no, they did Nintendo. No, it should be called the Super Switch.
That's what everyone's wanted. I think we're beyond that time. I think we're
Yeah, you think that's done?
yeah, I think look, I hear what you're saying about the Wii, but I think it's really different because of the way people are trained on like, well, I want the iPhone 16, not the 15.
Right. But then there are
Like,
people that are like, well, the iPhone 16 isn't that much of an upgrade from my iPhone 14. Why would I get an iPhone?
yeah,
No
but I
one's
think
getting
people
every
know the difference between something that came out like almost 10 years
parents.
ago.
You think parents do? Parents are
I think I think 1 and 2 is a
okay.
I think 1 and 2 is a bigger break than Super Switch because someone might say Super Switch and be like, "Oh, is that just like a Switch Pro? Is it just like a better Switch, not like a whole new
Hmm.
Switch?"
Okay. All right.
They could do that stupid ass thing they did with that DS and they can call it the new Switch. What if they just call it the new Nintendo Switch?
The new Nintendo Switch.
And then they
That's
just
not
have
bad.
the Switch Classic. They could like be
Yeah,
like
that's not bad. I kind of
the old
listen.
Nintendo Switch.
Whatever it's called, I'm gonna buy it. So
Yeah, of course.
that's a problem.
All right, so let's go to some more predictions. So the first one is the next 3D Mario game. What's it going to be like? What's the gimmick? And the reason I say that is like Mario 64, then we went to Sunshine, he's got the jetpack, then we went
Hmm.
into space and you're doing all these 3D things, then we went to Odyssey and you're like turning into different creatures. What is the next thing?
So here's the thing. I would have never predicted, I don't think, that last generation of Mario was going to be he throws his hat, you can jump off the hat, and also the hat can take over people or whatever things. So this is going to be, I think we're going to see. No, because Kirby does this already. Because Kirby turns into things like mechs and like
Yes.
so. Damn it! What would Mario do? Maybe it won't be a Mario game; it'll be a Luigi game. No, it's stupid. Um, no, not a because it's all about the jump. It's all about jump, man.
Yeah.
It's all about jumps. So how do we make his jumps better? Redirecting of jumps, maybe somehow. Um,
I mean, you don't
we,
have to actually change his jump mechanic. Like they did, obviously, they gave
hmm,
us the flood, right? But Mario
yeah,
Odyssey and
I know, but that's what I'm
Galaxy,
saying. Like
well,
Flood
Mario
would have
Galaxy didn't change. It changed the world
correct,
around him. It didn't change his
right.
jumps
I
really.
would have never guessed Flood in a million years. The same way I don't think I
No,
would have guessed the hat. So
correct.
I don't really know. I open world. That's
Okay.
what I'm going to go with.
Yeah. I
Totally open world.
I
Totally open.
have, by the way,
Sandbox.
I have basically the same guess. I have a
Okay.
slightly more detailed guess. I have
Okay.
two, but I'm going the same way because remember we got Bowser's Fury, and I think Bowser's Fury
Yeah, I
was like a
remember. I
test
liked
bed
Bowser's Fury a lot, actually.
for Breath of the Wild Mario, right? It was like a
Yep.
test bed for that concept. I
Yes.
think we're getting one of two things. One, it's open world, and it's going to be called like it's like a Super Mario multiverse where it's
Okay.
gonna be their first Mario game since they made a movie. And they're going with a new voice actor now for Mario. And they're going to go for more of a narrative that they're actually building around this character. And Mario's not just going to be in the Mushroom Kingdom, he's going to be in like the new Mario universe. So like we'll be able to
Mm,
go to like New York. We'll be able to go to the Mushroom
yes.
Kingdom. We'll be able to go to like Bowser's area. We'll be able to go to the Kong's world.
Okay.
It's going to be that kind of an open world where it'll be like semi open world but it'll actually be like maybe like several big hub worlds that you go between.
Okay.
So that's my first guess. The
Mm-hmm.
second one,
Mm-hmm.
so Tom talked about this last week, and I think the week before. There is Nintendo was doing this like weird MMO test online. And it's like some kind of
Okay.
weird like building
Oh
game.
yeah.
It's like Minecrafty. I don't think that's actually a game they're building. I think that's like a really basic thing they put together to test just the networking stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
think the other option is that that's actually a Mario game and that's a launch Mario game. And there's going to be a 3D world building mechanic, and it's going to be like Super Mario Worlds, and it's going to be
Okay.
they'll have the main campaign you play through, but then there will be this interconnected, like infinite Mario universe where people can build their own stages and everyone's connects together.
Right. Okay. I like it. It's good. Mario, I think, is the hardest one to predict.
Absolutely. Because we gave Mario a sword. Like, who knows what the fuck it's going to be, bro?
There's no way anybody guessed Flood ever.
No. And we also never would have guessed the Zelda game they just made,
No, I never
you
would have
know?
guessed it. Yeah.
So, following that, what will the next 3D Zelda game be like?
Okay. I think they should keep it open world like they have for every Zelda game that they've made since Ocarina. Well, really, since every Zelda game has been kind of open world,
Yeah,
right?
open world-ish. Yeah.
Open world-ish. I think we need to leave Hyrule. I think if they leaned into Termina, I wouldn't be upset. We went back to Clocktown, and it was fucking huge, and it was way more involved, and there were way more engagement with like the inner mechanics of the world, inner workings of the world, like stuff like I think they tried to do this. They always try to do this where they say like the Zoras maintain the water for Hyrule, but there's nothing really like. I want to see like a world that is not just divided into four sections. I
Yeah.
want to see a world that is um in the style of Breath of the Wild, but a new map. Okay,
Yeah.
I think Breath of the Wild is amazing, right? I don't think we need mechanics where we are changing so much of the world that it's like I can go anywhere and do whatever I want. I'd like some more limitation put back into the way you explore. Just a little bit. Like I thought Tears of the Kingdom going through stuff and maybe making the glider a little bit harder to navigate some areas so that you have to like go through like the entry point. Like seeing like these grand things that they've designed is cool. I don't know, I'm talking out of my ass. But I don't really know what the gimmick for Zelda is going to be this time. Not gimmick, but like what would make it special. But Termina would be cool. That's it. I'm done. You can go.
All right. I'm gonna take a look at like some of the things they did in this newest game and just think about like how would they do similar things but differently. I do
Yeah.
think like again it's gonna be something totally different as they said. It's not gonna be in that same like they're done with that link, they said.
Yeah,
The
no, I agree.
coolest
That was
thing I think, yeah, sorry. The coolest thing I think that they did with this newest game was find a way to like make the ancient technology also seem futuristic.
uh-huh.
I think we're going to space. I think we're going to space.
That is that. Are you kidding me? We're
I
going
think I
Zelda.
think we're switching Mario and
Zelda
like we're getting
in
Zelda Galaxy and we're getting
space.
Mario Breath of the Wild. So I think we're going to and
Okay.
we've had like the dark universe, we've had the mirror world, like the Twilight world, we've had
Sure.
the underground, right? What I think
Yeah.
we do now is we've got like airships. So people live in the sky, like almost Jetsons like on like these big like tower kind of things, right? The
Mhm.
world has been lost like to an evil, like they lost that battle. Like
Okay.
it's like an alien invasion kind of a thing.
Okay.
So it's demons from another world.
There were aliens in Majora's Mask.
So the aliens come, and so the ground world is actually like the underground now. The ground world is dangerous. When you're in the ground world,
Mhm.
you're
Oh
you're in
my
the shit.
God.
And then when you're like the main hub area is like offloading, Sky
Uh-huh.
Islands. You can have like a massive
Uh-huh.
ship. You could have it
Uh-huh.
could be like Jetsons things. Things can be on like spires and stuff, or like there could be a world on like that peak of a mountain, stuff like that. And that gets like, and then you have them go to space. So you
Yeah.
actually have like space areas. And Link gets a fucking lightsaber master sword.
Okay.
Bro, lightsaber master sword.
It would
Come
be
on.
cool. It would be
Come
cool. It would
on.
be cool.
Come
It would be. I won't say
on.
I won't say no.
And they can
Mhm.
play with like gravity.
I
That
would
can be the
also
way that they play with their physics now.
okay. All right. I mean, well, yeah, okay.
That'd be cool.
This seems out there in
Yes.
space.
So
But
there was concept art in Breath of the Wild.
yeah,
One of them was Link's motorcycle that eventually came as DLC. But
right.
some of the original concept art for Breath of the Wild had alien spaceships. So
Okay.
that's why I'm like, they've thought about it. They've
I
definitely
also
thought about it.
I would also love to see Majora the Mask come back as a as a
Yeah.
as a
Hell yeah.
as a villain.
Hell
But it's
yeah.
like grander. It's like much grander and but yeah, anyway. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
like it.
sick.
Yeah. All right. Next question, please.
What will Smash 6 be like, and what will it be called? When I say like look like, I mean like what will the game,
Smash
what changes
Infinite.
will come to Smash 6, and what will they call it?
Smash 6 will be called Smash Infinity.
Okay.
Okay.
Honestly, that's probably a great guess.
And then I hope, you know what? I don't think this. I hope this, that the original, or not the original, but like most of the original characters, that to the extent they can update them, they do update them. So I don't know how much updating you can do of Donkey Kong, but or even of Yoshi, but like Mario can definitely be updated.
Yeah.
I mean, Pikachu can be updated. There's plenty of other moves he has that
Yeah.
he could be updated with. I don't know who else. Ganondorf. I know that it's our boy's favorite character, but that guy needs a total overhaul. That guy needs his own moves. No more clone, and remove a whole bunch of Fire Emblem unless they're really needed.
Yeah.
Is and put more items. Just cool items, and let the online be fucking amazing.
Yep. Yep.
That's all I got for you.
Fully agree. I think we're gonna see a reduced roster.
I
I
like the
think
reduced roster, honestly.
I think they'll call it something like, I mean, Smash Infinite's great. Smash Infinity, maybe like Smash On or Smash Forever. Like, just like
Ooh,
with the
yep.
the idea that like this game will launch with less characters than the last one. I think all of the characters are reworked. Doesn't mean necessarily every move is changed, because some moves like would be insane for them not to be there.
Yeah.
But even the way that those work, like everything will be rethought and reconsidered.
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
we have Smash Ultimate, and if you want to play that game, it's going to run incredibly well on the new console. It's going to just run better than it did before. Maybe they'll put
Uh,
a thing out so it upscales and it looks even better. But then it's like, hey, you want to play that game? You have it. Now we have the new Super Smash Brothers,
right.
and maybe they won't even call it Smash Bros. Maybe they'll call it like, yeah, Smash or Smash something without the
Yeah.
Bros,
Hmm.
because it is more Nintendo centric. I think they do that.
Hmm.
30 to 40 characters at the beginning, which is half as many as Smash Ultimate finished with. But
Yeah.
then you're going to say, like, we're going to put out 5 or 6 characters every year. Like,
There you go.
this thing is, instead of like we're going to do 15 characters over like the next 4 years, like,
Uh-huh.
no, we're going to put out like 5 characters every year for the next decade. Like, basically, as long as the Switch 2 exists, like,
Right.
we're just going to continue to update this with characters. And I don't know if we're going to see any third party characters other than maybe like a Sonic or something. I think like third party will basically be cut outside of like anyone that was extra special that like that feels like, oh, like, yeah, keep Sonic because the Mario, but rethink all of them.
I agree. I like it.
All right. What will the new launch game IP be? So we had Wii Sports for the Wii U had Nintendo Land, Switch had 1-2 Switch and ARMS. So what are we going to see on?
It's going to be a drone game that you control the drone from the Switch.
Okay,
It's going to be called
Nintendo.
Nintendo. That's it. That's all I got. I like it.
Okay. I'm gonna just say it's if that thing that they're testing right now isn't a Mario game, then it's some kind of massive building Minecraft-esque game.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
just gonna
probably
I'm
more
gonna take
correct
a
than me.
cheap and easy guess on that one.
I like it. I like it, honestly. I think it's a good guess.
What new gimmick will the Switch get during its life cycle? So this is like a physical. What new physical? It's like the Super
Like
Nintendo had the Super
Labo,
Scope. We had the balance board, the Labo, the tablet controller, and the fucking Ring Fit.
the
All
ring
these things.
fit. Yeah. Huh.
It's got to get something. I
It
wonder
would
if we'll get
probably
a
will.
second round of Labos.
Yeah, I would think that Labo would be a thing. Or maybe VR.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they'll put out a headset thing that you can just
Yep.
drop the display into.
And they're called the Virtual Man.
Yeah. If they, you know what? If they come out and they say this display can do like 120 hertz,
Yeah.
then I'm very much in on like the idea that we
Hmm.
could get a
Hmm.
VR because they did the cardboard VR
Hmm.
headset with the Labo, and that I
Sure.
mean was vomit inducing for most people, but with a better display, that's a
Yeah.
great guess. That's a
Yeah.
really good guess. My guess is we're gonna get a second screen. I'm guessing that you're gonna get a second screen that you can like magnetically or whatever clip onto the console to play DS games and use it like a clamshell. You'll just be able to buy it, clip it on. You can play DS 3DS games.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
Okay.
What new genre will Mario and friends dabble in? So like they started out doing racing, then sports games, board games, tactics games with like the Rabbids, turn-based
Mm.
RPGs with the Paper and the Mario Super Mario RPG, and then fighting games with Smash Brothers. They got to do something new again.
Yeah. I mean, is like the one they're missing is the first person shooter.
Oh, like a hero shooter with Mario
Yeah.
Heroes,
Yeah.
Super Mario Heroes, dude. I would be all over Super Mario Heroes. I mean, hell
Yeah.
yeah. I'm so in, Mario throws fireballs. He has the flood,
Mhm.
dude.
Yeah.
And they've got their own shooter game with Splatoon, so they could, dude. That would be sick.
Hmm.
I like that idea a lot. And finally, what will the next Pokemon be games named after? So, we had Sword and Shield, we had Colors, we've had Gemstones, we've had Shades, we've had Greek letters.
You go first.
I'm gonna go with a really basic one. I'm gonna say Land and Sea. It's gonna be something like that. Maybe it would be Terra and Oceania or something like they'll find a way to juice it up, but I think it's gonna be something like Land and Sea or
Hmm.
Sea and Sky. I think they're gonna go with a I mean I wouldn't call that geography, but is it?
No, but it's like elements.
Yeah, a landscape themed titling is my guess. An environment titling.
Hand and foot. I like yours better.
Hand and foot. All right, I think that's it for prediction. So it looks like Tom hasn't sent us a thing. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, he wasn't going to
so
win anyway.
yeah, he's not gonna win anyway. So I'm gonna export this video. All right, so I put this in 500 times speed.
Hmm. Okay.
I'll fix this graphic in the one that I
All
put
right.
out.
Yep.
But it's fucked up at the beginning.
I'm interested to see what path you took, but
Let me make
let's
sure.
do it.
Okay, great.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I have a feeling you beat me because we'll see. Here we go.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
This will go away.
You went that way.
Yeah, so I found if I grabbed the medicine,
Uh-huh.
I could get in there with 52 seconds left. But you're getting in at like the same. Interesting. Oh, I never saw that medicine.
Yep.
You're getting in 2 seconds faster than me, at least. Look at this. Look at the scores.
Oh,
you're beating me. You're getting in faster than me. Oh, man. I've never been able to get higher than 8 points. Did you actually pull off a 9? These seconds are adding up. These seconds are adding up.
Get the back here.
No way. Wow, you actually got 9 people in, dude.
Niner.
That's incredible.
Thanks, man.
That's incredible. All right, well, you won on that was a tough one.
Tough. It was a tough one. It really was.
I died I always died once, and then I decided to give up trying to get that last one inning. I'm glad I did because it wouldn't have mattered because you actually found a faster path than me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How many times do you think you attempted that?
10.
Okay. Yeah, I probably did around
11.
the same, but I went with a worse path. I thought I had the fastest one. Wow. Good job, dude. All right. Well, score is tightening up now. 3 points behind now.
Yep.
That is not a big cushion when we're going to have at least a couple more this month, and we were going to do like a bunch. We were going to actually we're going to like double up on them for the final month, and so that we can have. So this is anyone's game other than Tom's. So you'll be picking Tom's next presentation. You should just make it something easy. You know what? You should make it something easy, and he should just do both next week, so we're caught up.
Okay.
Would you like to tell us what the next challenge is?
Yeah, I was going to make it a couple things, but I think we'll just keep it at one thing.
All right.
Okay. The challenge is in Walkabout Minigolf in the 8-bit Lair.
Oh, right.
There is a driving game. Highest score in the driving game.
Oh, okay. Just one. Right.
Just one, because it's just we'll keep it easy. We'll keep it one thing.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
We'll do 1 week.
Okay.
Right. We'll do 1 week, and then I'll give Tom another presentation for getting fucking DQ'd. Even if he didn't get DQ'd, there's no way he would have won.
Just give him something really easy so that it's just like he can do it.
Oh, it's gonna be so simple. It's gonna be so easy, this presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like 5 slides. I just want 5 slides.
5 slides.
You can ask ChatGPT to make them.
5 slides on water.
On water.
On water. So
that's amazing. All right. So Alex, we're gonna go do a post show. What are we're gonna talk about? Survivor?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Survivor.
Go play a game.
One of the better. Yeah, we go play a game. One of the better moves or usages of an advantage that I've seen in recent memory. So excited on Survivor.
All right. That's all from us this week. Hopefully all 4 of us will be here next week after a very difficult week. Hope to see you next time. But until then, stay unranked.
Suck it.